Hello, my name is Kaylee, I'm 20 years old. I'd like to share with you the story of my trip to Kanazawa, Japan. Day 1 Friday, December 7th, sunny. When I arrived in Kanazawa, the winter air was truly biting. The moment I stepped off the Shinkansen, the wind hit my face sharply, and my fingertips felt instantly frozen. But seeing the Tsuzumi-mon standing in front of the station, I forgot the cold for a moment. It was completely overwhelming. The gate is a giant wooden structure, over 13 meters high, where two thick pillars are shaped like traditional drums. The top is woven into a lattice pattern, looking like a frame supporting a massive drum. The texture of the traditional wood merged with the modern glass dome felt like a symbol where the past and present met in one place. The reddish wood glowed brightly against the winter sky, and walking beneath it felt like the entire city was welcoming me. It was both magnificent and warm, feeling less like a mere structure, and more like an emblem of Kanazawa's pride and identity. In the afternoon, I went to Higashi Chiagai. The street was lined with red clay walls and dark brown wooden buildings, and the first floor windows were covered with finely arranged lattice screens. On the surface, it looked tidy and quiet, but through those screens, a sense of hidden glamour was palpable. The glamour wasn't loud or gaudy. It was a refined beauty that revealed itself subtly. During the day, it was dominated by restraint and stillness, but at night, the light leaking through the lattice would wash the street in a golden hue. Gold leaf decorations would subtly shine, giving me the feeling of peering into a luxurious space from the Edo period. Though the exterior was modest, stepping inside revealed gold leaf crafts, exquisite tatami rooms, and the elegant culture of the geisha. That feeling continued when I entered a small craft shop. Gold leaf chopstick rests shimmered faintly, and the warm hojicha the owner served me melted away the chill. As I cupped the bowl, the heat traveled up my palms to my arms, and the tea, which tasted savory and subtly fragrant, filled me with warmth deep inside. Her gentle smile melted my heart as well. I never knew a small kindness in a strange city on a cold winter day could be such a huge comfort. For dinner, I had a kaiseki dinner near my lodging. The meal came in 12 slow-paced courses, and every dish was like a work of art. The winter seasonal crab dish was particularly stunning. The moment I tasted the sweet, plump leg meat and the rich, savory inner roe, I realized, this is what winter in Kanazawa tastes like. Following that glorious abundance, I enjoyed chestnut-filled chawanmushi, fresh sashimi, and crispy tempura. I paired the meal with Kanazawa's local sake, Tedoragawa, which was dry and highlighted the crab's sweetness perfectly, finishing with clear soup and rice. I felt all the fatigue from the day simply melt away. Day 2 Saturday, December 8th, cloudy clearing in the afternoon. In the morning, I visited Kenrokuen Garden. The name itself was special. I learned it was named for having all 6 attributes of a perfect garden, as described in a Chinese poem: vastness, seclusion, human artistry, antiquity, water features, and scenic views. It truly lived up to its name, especially because it was winter. The yuki-suri rope decorations on the pine trees were amazing. Hundreds of ropes were suspended in conical shapes, looking like delicate art installations. The Kotoji Toro by the pond was picturesque with its reflection in the water, and I felt genuine peace in that stillness. Despite the cold winter morning, the special atmosphere created by the yuki-suri made it hard to leave the garden. For lunch, I went to Omicho Market. As soon as I entered, the air buzzed with the merchants' calls and people's laughter. Crabs and fish were moving in large tanks, and the rows of red-legged crabs on the ice showed the winter's abundance. Stalls selling oysters, shrimp, and seafood skewers filled the air with the smell of grilling, and plumes of white smoke drew people in. A cheerful older man gave me an ama ebi, sweet shrimp skewer, yelling, "Kanazawa special." The market's energy and warm hospitality were infectious. I bought a gold leaf ice cream to capture that shimmering gold in a picture before heading off. In the afternoon, I left the lively market for the Nagamachi Samurai district. This area was once the residential district for samurai during the Edo period. Gray earthen walls lined the narrow streets, with small canals running alongside them. Because it was winter, the walls were covered with komo, which protects the earth from freezing and crumbling. This detail showed the meticulous care and practical wisdom of the city's residents. Inside the open samurai residence, I found low ceilings and a modest garden. The space was restrained and minimalist, emphasizing simplicity and strictness rather than decoration. If Higashi Chiagai showed the city's hidden glamour, Nagamachi revealed its quiet dignity and austerity, both inside and out. It was amazing how Kanazawa held both extremes in perfect balance, which created its profound charm. In the evening, I walked along the Asano River. After sunset, the air by the river was bitterly cold. The river wind stung my cheeks instantly, and my breath puffed out in white clouds. Even with a thick coat, the wind seeped through my collar, making me hunch my shoulders. Snow from a few days ago was still piled up on the ground, and the crunchy sound under my feet added to the winter stillness. Across the river, yellow lights leaked out from the red lattice screens of the Kazumachi Chaya district. The light cast long reflections on the water, seeming to offer warmth despite the frigid air. Then, I ate the warm Idzuki bean mochi I'd bought from a small shop. The sweet, warm filling spread through my mouth, tasting even richer in the cold. Later, the matcha I drank in a quiet tea house was another kind of solace. Cupping the hot bowl warmed me from my fingertips inward, and the rich, slightly bitter taste warmed me deep in my core. I chatted briefly with a woman next to me, who was also seeking quiet respite in Kanazawa's traditional beauty. The short, warm conversation made the last night feel less lonely. Day 3, Sunday, December 9th, sunny. In the morning, I went to a gold leaf application workshop to experience Kanazawa's most famous craft firsthand. It's incredible that this city produces 99% of the world's gold leaf. I tried applying gold leaf to a small hand mirror. Transferring the paper-thin pieces of gold leaf with a delicate brush required so much concentration. I barely dared to breathe. The gold leaf felt feather-light, and watching it instantly coat the surface in a brilliant golden glow was moving. I realized the subtle glamour I saw in Higashi Chiagai came from this kind of masterful, precise effort. The golden mirror I created is the perfect souvenir from this trip. For lunch, I went to a chic cafe restaurant near the 21st Century Museum of Contemporary Art. For my last meal, I wanted something special, so I ordered seafood pasta with jizake. The pasta was topped generously with thinly sliced white fish and shrimp, and the subtle sake flavor in the sauce was unique and fresh. In the afternoon, I headed to the Kanazawa 21st Century Museum of Contemporary Art. It was a modern space, completely contrasting with traditional Kanazawa. The building, made of white walls and glass, was bright and open, filled with original works. The famous installation, the swimming pool, was really impressive. It looks like a normal pool from above, but when you enter the space underneath, it gives the illusion of being underwater. While taking pictures, a tourist next to me, she looked French, asked me to take her photo. We took photos for each other and chatted briefly. We both agreed that Kanazawa was much more charming than we had expected. We talked about how rare it is to find a city where tradition and modernity blend so beautifully. At 4:00 p.m., I boarded the train at Kanazawa Station again. 3 days was short, but it was filled with unforgettable memories. The kind eyes of the tea shop owner, the cheerful laughter of the market guy, and the gold shimmering scenery. And the fact that I tasted everything from formal kaiseki to modern fusion. What a wide gastronomic spectrum. Next time, I definitely want to come back and see all the places I missed. Goodbye, my golden city.